Hi, I'm Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
I heard your name is Jamie also. Do you go by that?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome.
Mhm.
What brings you in for today?
So I've been putting a lot of stress on myself. I think it's due to like all the homework in grad school. I think it's been a struggle just regulating like what to do with my stress. I feel like I keep changing like my sleeping habits by going like avoiding homework. I also tend to like just shut down once I don't understand something. It's just been really tough for me with all this information that we're given, and I feel like I tend to like take it out on myself that I'm not smart enough and I can't handle this. Like, why am I here? And then I also take it out on others because they seem to be having like an easier time. So I tend to be like, oh, that's not fair. Why are they doing that? And then I just tend to avoid everything all at once.
So you said you just started grad school?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a great accomplishment in itself. You were definitely picked for this program, so you have definitely that to look at, and you came this far. I'm pretty sure that there will be obstacles, but and stressors, but at least you made it here, and all you could do is push forward from there. With those stress habits, do you feel like it's affecting like your daily routine? Like, does it hinder you on a daily basis? Is it pretty consistent, or does it just come when you have like a lot of things due or like a test coming up?
Yeah, I feel like it does affect me a little bit in some ways on like certain days. Like on Wednesdays we have anatomy in the morning, and then we have like a quiz later in the afternoon for lab. And I feel like they give us so much information. It's just so hard to like get all that information all at once and then apply it to a quiz. Like, I feel like I just put so much pressure on myself to know it right away that it like stresses me out, and I tend to just like avoid it all at once because I just shut down because I feel like I can't handle it all. And then I tend to like take it out on others because they're trying to help, but it's too much information for me to even grasp onto, and I just avoid it. And then after those days are done, like, I go home and sleep, and then it just like messes up my whole rest of the week because I didn't actually study. So then I have to study the rest of the week, and it just like accumulates over time. So like one day of the week it will be like stressful, and then if I avoid it on that day, it affects the other days all at once too.
So from what I hear you saying, it seems like you're having a lot of trouble grasping material right away, and because of that, it's kind of hindering your learning process for the next couple days because you're looking at how other people are viewing it, and you're kind of judging yourself based on how they're performing, and avoiding like homework and studying for these quizzes because you're so focused on maybe how they're doing instead of how you could be doing.
Yeah, and then I just keep putting all these pressure on myself, which makes me like feel exhausted. So then like when I get home, I just get so frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'll just sleep it off. And then sometimes I sleep it off way too many times, and then there's not enough time in the day to catch up with all the stuff that I avoided. So I feel like it's just been very stressful to just get the work done all at once.
So what makes you think it's time for a change? Like, what makes you think it's time to get out of these bad habits?
I've been noticing it in my grades and in my homework. I feel like I'm not putting as much effort as I could be. I noticed it in my first exam with anatomy. I feel like I could have done better if I just put the right time and effort into it.
Do you also feel like it's hindering like your social life as well?
Yeah, I feel like I've been taking it out on my classmates when they could really be helping me and we could be working together. I feel like if I take it out on them, like I'm really abusing the relationship because I'm blaming them for some of my mistakes.
I see. So from a 1 to 10 scale, how important is it for you to change this habit?
I feel like it's important for me, like probably a number 6, because I feel like if I get motivated to change these habits, I can build a stronger relationship with my classmates, and also make grad school more important to me. I feel like I've been making it more like a chore rather than like a passion, and I feel like I entered this school to be an occupational therapist, and I want to enjoy the occupations that I'm going through. I feel like I'm kind of putting too much pressure on myself, and I should really enjoy what I'm working on.
Awesome. So I could really see that you are really motivated and that you do have a passion for school, even though you might not be doing as well as you want, that you still have that passion because you still want to try.
Yeah, I definitely want to try.
So I could definitely tell that you're aware of all of these habits that you do when you are stressed. So that's great that you at least are aware of these things and you're not just completely blind to what you're doing wrong and you're not sure. So it definitely seems like you have at least somewhat of a clue of what you might be doing wrong, right? And know that these habits are bad. So that's a really good way to go about the situation because you already have the first couple steps down. You already know what you need to change and you already know that you want to change these things. I could see that you're really motivated and that you have a passion for wanting to change these things and succeed in your future and all of your classes and graduate pretty much, right?
Yeah, I just feel like this passion, I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to, the first start of it. I can find these things, I just can't find an outlet to relieve my stress. I know I used to relieve stress with working out, but sometimes I don't feel like I have enough time in the day to work out, and then I might be exhausted from working out. So I want to try and find a stress reliever that's not too time consuming, but also something that will help me just get over the hump of what I'm stuck on.
Do you ever feel like talking to your peers about it might be something that you would want to try? I know you said sometimes you take it out on them, but is that because you haven't talked to them about it at all and you're just maybe assuming, or?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm assuming that they're having an easy time when they're really not having an easy time. So maybe if I talk to my peers, then I can see that they're having a hard time too, and then
Connect
maybe
with them in that way.
Work together.
Right.
And if they're having an easy time, maybe they can help me out with what I'm stuck on.
Because from what I hear you saying, kind of seems like you're shutting yourself out and secluding yourself from everybody, where you never know what they can bring to the table and what they can help you with.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good point that I didn't see at first.
Awesome. Well, just to summarize, so it seems like you have these bad habits that you do when you're stressed, like stress eating, just laying it off for the next day, sleeping really early to avoid it, kind of taking it out on your peers and yourself because you just don't know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, Jamie. Well, it was really nice meeting you. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Yeah, it was a great session. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that we'll be able to definitely release some of your stress and figure out some ways for you to relieve stress other than those bad habits that you've been going about so far.
Thank you. Can't wait till next time.